Did you hear about Ellen Barkin stepping out again, just 3 months after Val Kilmer's passing? It's been all over the news. People are talking about it because, for years, these two shared a history that many didn't fully know about. And now, seeing her back in public for the first time since his death, it feels like something worth pausing for. Val Kilmer. The name itself carries so much weight. He was the kind of actor you never forgot once you saw him. Top Gun, The Doors, Heat, he became an icon of a certain kind of masculinity, a certain kind of charisma. Even when his health started to fail in his later years, he kept fighting to stay creative and keep his spirit alive. And then, just 3 months ago, the world lost him. Quietly. Too soon, if you ask me. Ellen Barkin, on the other hand, has always been one of those women who never quite fit into the Hollywood mold. She was fiery. She was bold. And she was always unapologetically herself. So it's no surprise that she and Val crossed paths back in the 1980s. Their romance may not have lasted, but you could tell it left its mark. That kind of chemistry doesn't just disappear when a relationship ends. When the cameras caught her on the street this week, it was impossible not to notice her presence. She wasn't dressed to make a statement, not in the usual Hollywood way. She wore a simple white shirt, just a little loose and casual, layered over a black top. Jeans that looked broken in and comfortable. A pair of dark sunglasses hiding her eyes, and a small necklace resting gently against her collarbone. No flash, no glitter, just quiet dignity. You know what struck me the most? How real she looked. This wasn't about putting on a brave face for the paparazzi or crafting some big comeback moment. It was just her, taking a walk, maybe running errands, maybe just trying to feel the sun on her skin again. And that's what made it so moving. Because that's what grief looks like, isn't it? Not the loud sobbing or the dramatic speeches we see in movies. It's the little moments. The first time you leave the house after someone you loved is gone. The first time you put one foot in front of the other and pretend, even just a little bit, that you're okay. Even though Ellen and Val hadn't been together for decades, you can tell his death must have stirred something deep inside her. How could it not? When you share your heart with someone, that connection doesn't just vanish. You carry it with you, tucked away somewhere. And when that person is suddenly gone from this world, you feel it. Whether you admit it or not. Ellen has always been private about her emotions. That's something I've always admired about her. Even during her split from billionaire Ronald Perelman, a breakup that tabloids devoured for months, she never let the world see her completely unravel. She just kept going, quietly building her own production company, working on projects that mattered to her, staying true to herself. So seeing her step back into the public eye now, looking calm and composed, reminds me just how strong she is. But strength doesn't mean you're not hurting. Strength just means you keep walking even when it feels impossible. And maybe that's something we can all learn from her. Have you ever gone through a loss that left you feeling like you'd never be whole again? Like even breathing was too much to handle? I know I have. And if you have too, then you probably understand exactly what Ellen's quiet walk means. It's not about moving on. It's about moving forward. Grief doesn't just go away. It changes shape, it softens, but it never completely leaves you. The important thing is that you don't let it trap you inside yourself. At some point, you have to open the door, step outside, and remind yourself that you're still here. That's what Ellen did. She reminded all of us that you don't need to make a big show of your pain. You don't need to wear black for months or collapse in front of cameras to prove you cared. Sometimes, just showing up, in jeans, in a simple shirt, behind dark sunglasses, is enough. And honestly, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why do we expect celebrities to bounce back so quickly? Why do we assume that because they're famous, they don't hurt the way we do? The truth is, life doesn't care who you are. Loss finds you no matter how many magazine covers you've been on or how many millions you have in the bank. Grief is grief. And it's okay to take your time. To be quiet. To find your own way through it. I also think it's worth pointing out how studies have shown that even the smallest steps, like leaving the house or getting back to a routine, can actually help your mind and heart start to heal. It doesn't mean you're over it. It just means you're allowing yourself to keep living. That's why Ellen's walk mattered. Even if she didn't mean it as a statement, it became one anyway. A reminder that healing doesn't have to be loud. And maybe you can take that reminder into your own life. If you're going through something right now, the loss of someone you loved, the end of a relationship, even just a tough season in your life, don't feel pressured to pretend you're fine. And don't feel like you have to hide away forever, either. When you're ready, take a small step. Put on your sunglasses, even if your eyes are still red. Wear whatever makes you feel like yourself again, even if it's just a loose white shirt and a pair of old jeans. Step outside. Feel the air. Take a deep breath. You're still here. And that matters. So as we all keep remembering Val Kilmer and the incredible life he lived, let's also take a moment to appreciate Ellen Barkin, not just for being the stunning, talented actress she's always been, but for being human. For reminding us that it's okay to grieve in our own way, at our own pace. I'd love to hear from you, too. What's something you've done to start healing after a loss? Maybe it was something small, like sitting in a park. Or maybe it was something big, like planning a trip. Whatever it was, share it. You never know who might find comfort in your story. And if you want to know more about Val Kilmer, his amazing career, the struggles he faced, and the legacy he left behind, I've got another video that dives into all of that. You can check it out right after this one. Before you go, if this story moved you in any way, please hit that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss more stories like this one. And share it with someone who might need a little reminder that they're not alone in what they're going through. Thanks for spending this time with me today. And remember, you're stronger than you think. Take care of yourself.